do it, Aunt Patty. We got a cheerleader over here. Just a couple.
Thank you all for coming to pay respects to my mom. A very dear friend of mine gave me something, and I use it a lot. Today I opened the page and it said, "Only God can carry you through. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the rock and the strength of my heart and my portion forever." When things get tough in life, there's a tendency in many of us to say, "I'll just take care of this myself. I'm an Indian giver. I want to take care of it. I give it to God and then I take it back." Sometimes it's because no one was around to help you when you were younger, so you may always have had to be independent. Other times it's because you are a strong person and it's easier to rely on your own strength. But you weren't meant to go through life alone, and there's going to be times when your strength isn't going to be enough. You're going to face situations where only God is strong enough to carry you through. Get into the habit of looking to Him now. Don't wait for an obstacle so big or a pain so deep to drive you to Him in desperation. Start saying in your quiet time each day, "Lord, today I look to you. I don't depend on my own strength or ability. I depend on you." The most important thing you can allow yourself to be is totally and completely dependent on God. My mom was a Christ-like woman, and she taught all of us to love the Lord. And she's not here for me to depend on right now, so it's my God that's getting me through. My mom and I spent a lot of time together, and I so dearly will cherish all the memories that we have. She taught me something, and I didn't know it at the time, but it was how to say goodbye to her. And I watched her with her own mother read her the 23rd Psalm and tell her it was okay to go. And I felt the Holy Spirit that night many years ago with my grandmother. And I asked her, "How did you do that, Mom?" And she said, "It wasn't me. It was the Holy Spirit." And I've learned to rely on the Holy Spirit in my life, and especially this week, when I was planning her funeral and wanted to call her and ask her if we were doing it right, because she was so part of everything that we did. And my mom and I would have many conversations, and we would always end it with, "I love you." She never missed an opportunity to tell her children or her grandchildren that she loved them. And when she said it, you knew that she meant it. And then it got to be, "I love you." And then I would say, "I love you more." And I love you the most. And I love you, Mom. And I love you more. And she'll forever be with us. And what she taught me will stay with me, and I will try and pass that on to my children and my grandchildren the way she did so graciously. Thank you.
Good job, Mom. Good job. Exactly.
Okay, I am another generation here. So Aunt Pat, one determined woman. Can anybody say she wasn't? So Randy, in addition to unconditional love, your mom also was one who taught us that life is difficult, but we challenge and take those difficulties in life and make the most of them. And Father, are you sure your middle name isn't Smith or Kostreva? Because you have been a part of this family for how many years? You have baptized, married, and buried just about every member of this family. And you are a part of us, and we appreciate that. But life is messy, and but one thing that I always learned from Aunt Pat is no matter how difficult life was, we can get through it. And we can stand and support each other. And one thing I have learned over all my life with Aunt Pat is the pride of family. No matter what happened, no matter how difficult, no matter how celebratory, no matter how fun, it was always family first, and it was family pride. So all I can say to the next generation is support each other. Life is messy. It's not easy. It is very difficult. But we get through it with God's grace, with the support of family, with knowing that we can trust each other. And we always knew Aunt Pat was there. It didn't matter what it was, didn't matter how difficult, didn't matter, ups or down. She was always there, and it was always family first. And behind her strength was always God. So with that, I ask all of you to please reach out to each other. Life is very, very difficult. This past year with the pandemic, and as we are opening up, it's kind of scary. Tonight when we come together and we want to hug and hold each other, it's like okay, is it okay to do this? But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We need each other. We need that support, and we need that love. And we've got it, and we're here for each other. So God bless you all. And most of all, I want to also thank our supportive family, which is all of the people in the Carlton area, the Babushka ladies, all of the people, the Vondettes, and the Lewises, and all of the Maxes, all of those people that were always there, Craig Stout Street, all of those neighbors that were always there to support no matter what happened. So reach out to each other, hold each other tight, and keep those memories flowing, because that was the most important thing for your mom. And she, we're all human. We've had ups and downs, but in your mom's heart, it was always the ups. It was always the positive that came forward. So carry that on, pass that on to the next generation. Carry on that family pride. We have it. So what do you say, Father? Stolat? Stolat. So for 100 years, Stolat. God bless you all.
Well, for people who haven't been introduced to me, I'm Rick, the oldest son, and a lot of things have been said, and this isn't a terribly scripted thing that I wanted to have prepared, but the inspiration came at the right time when I found the words that I wanted to say. And Mom was a talker, plain and simple. And when I called her, which would eventually become a daily religion for me, we would talk for 45 minutes to an hour about nothing. Okay? Our conversations were so unscripted that you would think that we were both off in left field. Which, by the way, was often. And one thought would just lead to another and another. And then before you knew it, we were in right field. But we were both there, and we knew that we were expressing our hearts. And sometimes it was a lot, sometimes it was just a little. But again, our voices and hearts connected as though we were just inches away. I mean, I embrace that closeness that I could hear over that line. And topics, gardening secrets, which I will never tell, plant care, just about anything that you can think of would pop up. Family history, what you gonna eat that night? What'd you do that day? In short, we were a verbal version of Facebook. No subjects were off limits. And in those exchanges, I discovered what a truly magical homage is. So in conclusion, I don't say farewell, Mom. I just say until we meet again.